thank you. What's up, guys? I don't know who all's here. Actually, we only have one here right now. Brush Life, what's up? I've been sitting around the house with my daughter, so she needed entertained. So if you look up somewhere in, hang on, I'm not good at this. There. We got a Zipline set up, and hopefully the camera's not acting too ignorant. I'll show you guys the setup before I take it down. Out here climbing my pajamas. I don't know if any of you guys have teenagers, but you got to get creative when it comes time to entertaining.
I'm not that difficult.
You're a little difficult, just a little bit. Here, I'll take you guys. I say you guys. Breast Life, are you gonna be the only one to hang out with me? That's all right.
You've always been lonely.
Nobody likes me.
No.
Or maybe that's why, because somebody keeps trying to send me a stupid message and it makes everything glitch.
Why are you looking at me?
I feel like it's you.
I'm on my phone.
All right. Well, as you can see, the zip line starts there. Let me see if I can get in the camera here and kind of show this. It starts right up there, and it's anchored. There's a little trolley line to pull it back. Then it goes down from here. I'll show you the view from that tree there where the ladder's at, and it comes down, and it gets a little elaborate down here. There's our trolley system there. Try to get it in the camera, it's a little difficult. That's our hookup, and it's got a trolley line to pull it back to get it back set up there, which is pretty nice. We've made we've done this a few times with zip lines for my daughter and her friends and stuff like that. We actually had one set up right over, there's a platform there. We was using that for a while, but yeah, it goes down here. There's a, let's see, let me put this coffee down. Always drinking coffee. So it goes up here to a false crotch and an X-ring right over here. What's up, Bridge Burner? I'm actually just hanging out with my daughter. We set up a zip line, and see if I can explain it here. There is the line that runs there, and then if you could see up in here, there's a false crotch running from tree to tree here, and yeah, it was pretty fun. The wind, man, is that St. Louis? Dang it. Stupid fat hands are always in the way. Yeah, so it runs over to here. And look at this ridiculousness that is set up. So I anchored the rope off there. There's the porter wrap so that I could use it to lower this false crotch if I needed to. See it up there? Goes up to that pulley that is right over there. Runs across. There's the X-ring. that is set up right there. It's just gonna be a little bit of a chaotic um, setup. Hopefully the video isn't total crap, but let's see. Maybe I can set it there. Okay, so there is a false scratch going across from my hands are backwards, so this is hard. From this tree to this tree, or this tree. It's anchored, I believe, to this tree. It runs across through a pulley, down, oops, wrong tree, down to the porter wrap, right here. So then on that false crotch here, I went ahead and put the X-ring, which keeps us in the center of the two trees and gives us the right positioning. Then what size rope? There's all different kinds there. There's some 10 millimeter that the false scratch is made of, right here. Then there's a ½ inch, that's my climb line that we're using the zip line off of. And so when I came off the X-ring here, I wanted to run down and anchor here, but then we needed more pull, like to take some of that slack up. So when we come down here, hang on, when we come down to right here, we run some speed line straps over to here and anchored that off. So it actually gives it straight up and down there. So then it runs from that system there, which I don't know if you get a view of it here. Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty good there. You can see almost everything. I'll kind of leave it there for a second so you can kind of figure out what's what. Like I said, I got a teen daughter that needs entertained sometimes, and you have to get pretty elaborate. So I wanted to show you guys this before we ended up taking it back down. She's worn out from it. So tell you what, how about it's not gonna work near as good for me because I weigh too much, but Rick Reno, what's up, buddy? All right, so tell you what, I'm gonna go for it. See if I don't get hurt. You see everything there? You see me tumble here in a second? All right, I'll leave my coffee here. Now, I know I don't have a helmet, but if I fall, I'm gonna break my legs, not my head. So. So I set this line up so that I could pull the system back. my God. I'm so fat. Oh, you guys see me look like a tumbleweed there for a second? Yeah, well, sure I'm glad I went live and fell on my ass. God knows what would have happened if I wouldn't have. But yeah. Works, apparently it works a little better when you're not so fat and don't weigh so much. 'Cause my daughter would go ripping down through there. What's up? Oh, you couldn't see it? What? Are you just trying to get me to fall again? I feel like you're just trying to get me to fall again. Alright, I'm gonna do it one more time. Don't lie to me if I fall. So, how about there? Are you gonna be able to see it from there? No. I got a teenage daughter, so she's been bored sitting around the house, so we set up a zip line here in the yard. And I went over the setup right before this, so you have to go back and look at that. I was just gonna clip on real quick to show you guys this and then get back off, but here, we'll try it one more time. Should be able to see everything from there. At least I didn't fall that time. At least I didn't fall. But yeah, guys, I'm probably going to get on. I got a lot of stuff to pick up, so let's see if there's anybody on here. Let me go over here and get a seat. See what everybody's doing. See that there? That's a little Moto 80 Kawasaki. I was gonna turn that into like a motorized wheelbarrow. Thought that would be pretty cool, but I haven't had time to mess with it. Yeah, it was very entertaining. It gave her something to do for a while, wore her out, so her being a teenager, it seems like all she did was spend all of her time on her phone until she realized she had nothing else but her phone. Now she doesn't want to mess with her phone. Teenagers. Yeah, Um, I worked on the video for you guys last night, and I got I got it pretty much done. And then this morning I tried to finish it up, and it did the same thing where it mashed all the text together. So it's not going to be as informative. I'll try to do some voiceovers, but even the voiceover that I have is kind of crappy. So let me see what I can do and get that up for you guys later. So. Yeah, cabin fever is definitely definitely a real thing. It starting to get me. Find yourself just bored to death. I feel like I've worked on every project that I can. Yesterday, my four-wheeler, I haven't been able to use it on jobs that are like in city limits and stuff because the exhaust is, the baffle came loose inside the box, the muffler box, and it's loud as hell. So I actually cut that thing all apart. Here, I'll show you guys. Yeah, Dustin, I do too. I mean, that's all you really can do. It's definitely something different. I mean, there's no guideline on how to deal with this, or, but, you know, it is what it is. Here we go. Here's my here's that four-wheeler that I got from a job where the old lady couldn't pay me. Which is funny because that's the video we're doing right now, is the when a customer won't pay. So was good. She was good to me though. She was so nice. She gave me work when I really needed it at, I think it was last year or so, or around like getting out of winter. She gave me a pretty good job, and she was really nice. So we did what we could to help her, and she had this junk four-wheeler that wasn't doing her any good, that didn't run, so she gave it to me because she didn't have payment. And after about a half a year of working on it, I actually got it running decent. And yeah, let me see. Thanks, Rick. Videos of customers that didn't pay, but they weren't nice like that. Yeah, and I think it was a shock to her. It wasn't nothing malicious. It was more of a, she thought her bank account, the money was in there, and then when it come time, she looked and she had nothing. So just kind of had to work with her on it, and I didn't want to have to do the, I'll come back every month when you get your check and I'll get a little bit here or there. She's like, I got an old four-wheeler and an old lawnmower. So let's go look at it. And this is what we ended up with. The tires are bald as can be, but if you look here, try to get you guys down here so you can see it. Does that muffler show? The muffler actually cut out back here. I cut the box out. I cut the side of the box out here and put a license plate over it so it don't melt my tires. The four-wheeler, I'm probably about to embarrass myself even trying, but it didn't run very good when I got it. And then when it did run, we ended up, took the carb off, tried to get the electric start to work, couldn't get it to work. I think the wiring's messed up. But I got it running, but it was so awful loud. I mean, it was ridiculous. But what I did there was this baffle here was loose inside there. It was just rolling around, and the pipe comes into it, and then it's just a little short round pipe. So what I did was cut everything out, made it hollow inside there, cleaned out any rotted metal that's all rusted and decayed. Then I actually knocked the baffle back down onto there, and then with a couple spot welded it into place. And there's a real big difference in the sound of the four wheeler now. Let's see. It was probably 2 to 3 times that loud before. It's not the prettiest looking thing, but it's functional, and I can take it in city limits now without getting crazy looks and stuff. Be able to use it on job sites. I have a little wagon trailer that hooks to it. Then I'll show you, my log dolly actually hooks right up to it too. But yeah, my log dolly hooks up to it too. Just take these. I have a ball on the bottom for a wagon, but these hook up. Can't remember how I had them. It was like this. So it's basically like that. Oop, hang on, nope, I didn't set that up right. Okay. Yeah, it's like that. So we used it on a couple jobs and it worked really good. We were far enough outside of city limits that I felt okay with using it, and pulled some pretty massive chunks of wood, little logs and stuff like that on it. I've used it around the house a lot, but I'll start using it on some job sites. Try to integrate it with the rest of our tools best as we can. But guys, I stayed on here way longer than I planned. Let's see if anybody's got anything today to say. Showing its age. Yep. Yeah, I mean, I can't complain. It's a pretty old four-wheeler. Has reverse and everything, so reverse still works. It fired on the first pull. I mean, you can't. I mean, when you got a pull start something and it's starting on the first pull, you can't complain. So. If it's too loud, you're too old. Yeah, I dig it. I didn't really, personally, I don't feel like, I feel like it has better performance now. I don't know enough about four-wheelers to be totally honest to say, yeah, it made a difference. But to me, personally, it seems like it performs a lot better to have a little bit of, I guess, backflow or something in the engine with the baffle and muffler. I don't know. I don't know. Just seems to me like it's not running as hard to go so fast. So. Guys, I'm out of here. I tell you what, we'll do kind of a, just a sit down longer live feed, because I feel like to be totally honest, I feel like if I do these live feeds, it gives you guys an opportunity to like talk with each other too and hang out. So if I can do that, put people in contact with people, I kind of dig that because I watch the comments a lot while I'm doing these kind of things, and it seems like a lot of you guys are starting to get to know each other, and that's awesome. So we'll maybe do a sit down one where maybe I don't give as much of my attention to this, but it gives you guys the opportunity to chit chat back and forth with each other too. So if you guys like that, want to do that, let me know. All right. So I'm off here. I appreciate you guys hanging out again, and stay safe. I'll see you soon.